Parent. Does the sound of the word bedtime fill you with dread? Is your evening defined by delays, meltdowns, and arguments that drag on for hours? Do you feel like a warden, constantly policing lights, books, and water requests? You are not alone. The bedtime battle is perhaps the most draining routine, and like the morning chaos, the root cause is neurobiological, not behavioral. You are fighting against a child's brain that is biologically wired to resist separation and fear the unknown void of sleep. This resistance is driven by two colliding forces: an amygdala that fears being alone, separation anxiety, and a prefrontal cortex, PFC, that resists shutting down its fascinating world of thoughts. When parents try to enforce sleep with urgency or anger, they flood the child's system with cortisol, the opposite of the sleepy hormone melatonin. The result is a guaranteed fight. This video reveals the final set of advanced tools in our toolkit, the 5 Neuro-Hacks that stop bedtime battles. We teach you how to flip the cortisol switch off, flood the brain with safety signals, and turn the dreaded bedtime into a deeply connecting, calm routine. Mastering these hacks guarantees you reclaim your evenings. The Neurobiology of Sleep Resistance. The fear of alone. Why do children resist sleep so fiercely? Separation anxiety. Amygdala activation. Darkness and silence are primal threats. When the child is left alone, their amygdala flags the separation as a danger signal. This triggers the sympathetic fight-flight response. The child will resist sleep with demands. One more story, water, I need to tell you something. All attempts to keep the parent close and maintain the safety signal, ventral vagal connection. PFC resistance to shutdown. The brain is a high-speed computer. Asking it to shut down abruptly is difficult. The PFC is resistant to ceasing its planning, daydreaming, and impulse control. A gradual, predictable, and boring routine is required to let the PFC power down without a fight. Sensory overload. If the evening is filled with screens, rough play, or exciting activities, sympathetic input, the nervous system is too aroused to enter the calm, dorsal vagal state required for deep sleep. The solution is to design the evening to be a boring, safe, and highly predictable ventral vagal experience. Hack 1. The Boredom is Safe protocol, reducing sensory input. The hack. The 60 minutes before bed must be devoted to reducing sensory input to signal the brain that activity is ceasing. This helps the nervous system transition from the energetic sympathetic state to the calm, low-energy dorsal vagal state necessary for sleep. Excitement and roughhousing must stop. The application. The sensory wind down. Rule. No blue light, no rough play, no new information. Replace stimulating activities with passive, familiar ones. 45-minute mark. Introduce low, soft light, red or amber bulbs, no overhead lights. This signals the brain to start producing melatonin. Activity. Shift. Move to coloring, listening to soft, familiar music, or a very familiar short story, no cliffhangers or new books. The predictability is the key. The brain saves energy when it knows what's coming next. The bedtime paradox. Many parents try to tire out the child with activity. This backfires. You are not trying to physically exhaust them. You are trying to neurally calm them. Boredom is the safest signal the nervous system can receive. Hack 2. The time warp sequence. Predictability over pressure. The hack. Resistance often occurs when the child feels rushed or when the routine is inconsistent. The time warp sequence uses a simple, short, and highly repetitive chain of events, always in the same order, to make the brain feel safe and in control. The application. The Bedtime Train. Define 3 or 5 simple steps, assign a sound or visual cue to each step, and execute them in the same order every night, regardless of timing. The sequence. Example: bath, sound, cue, running water; pajamas, cue, buttoning sound; teeth, cue, brushing sound; story, cue, parent's voice, pitch change; lights out. The dialogue. The bedtime train is leaving the station. First stop, pajamas, next stop, teeth. This externalizes the routine, making the train the manager, not the parent. The benefit. Predictability is the ultimate safety signal for the amygdala. The brain learns the sequence, lowers its defensive guard, and begins to associate the cues with the upcoming sleep state. The routine becomes automatic, dramatically reducing defiance. The routine should take 15-20 minutes maximum. Hack 3. The connection cap, countering separation anxiety. The hack. The deepest resistance at bedtime is often rooted in the fear of separation. The child needs a connection cap, a final intense dose of ventral vagal safety to fill their connection tank just before the parent leaves the room. The application. The 5-minute safety deposit. Timing. This hack occurs after the routine. Hacks 1 and 2, and just before the lights go out. Protocol. This time is nonverbal and physical. A long, quiet hug, a specific repetitive ritual, e.g., 3 kisses on the forehead, 1 on the nose, or a gentle back rub. The focus is on low-light, low-demand physical connection. Dialogue, minimalist. I love you. I'll see you when the sun wakes up. No long talks, no complex questions, no negotiation. The neuro effect. This final safety deposit signals to the amygdala, the attachment figure is here, you are safe, and the attachment remains intact even when I leave. This allows the child to enter sleep from a regulated, safe place, reducing the need for curtain calls, water, more hugs. Hack 4. The shadow manager, externalizing the boundary. The hack. When the parent is the one enforcing the final boundary, it's time for me to go, the parent becomes the antagonist. The shadow manager is an external, non-emotional object or mechanism that enforces the final boundary. The application, the light dimmer, or the song. The dimmer. Use a simple nightlight that automatically dims and turns off after 10 minutes. Dialogue. My job is to read this story. The nightlight's job is to go to sleep. When the nightlight is gone, it means your brain is ready for sleep. The sleep song. Choose a specific, repetitive, quiet song, lullaby, that lasts exactly 3 minutes. Dialogue. We get to listen to the sleep song. When the song is over, mommy, daddy leaves the room. The benefit. The child is cooperating with the shadow manager, the light or the song, not fighting the parent. This removes the emotional weight of the boundary enforcement from the parent, allowing the parent to maintain the ventral vagal coach role. Hack 5. The Amygdala Story, rhythmic calming. The hack. When a child resists, their brain is often running a panicked what-if narrative. What if a monster is under the bed? What if I'm lonely? You cannot reason with the amygdala. You must soothe it with rhythm and repetition. The Amygdala Story is designed to be repetitive, predictable, and devoid of conflict or excitement. The application, the sleepy train, or repetitive plot. Content. The story should involve a familiar character going through a very predictable, slow, and boring sequence, e.g., a sheep walking across a fence, a boat sailing gently. The plot must always be the same. Delivery, the prosody. The parent must deliver the story in a slow, deep, hypnotic rhythm, revisiting Code 1, the ventral vagal tone. The repetition of the words and the rhythm soothes the amygdala, creating a predictable sonic environment that the brain associates with safety. The power of repetition. The brain loves pattern recognition. The repetitive, safe story overrides the child's internal narrative of fear and allows the PFC to finally shut down, clearing the pathway for natural sleep hormones to take over. Conclusion. Reclaiming your evenings. You have now built the full framework for managing high-conflict routines, Morning Chaos, Video 7, and Bedtime Battles, Video 8. By applying the 5 Neuro-Hacks, the Boredom is Safe protocol, the time warp sequence, the connection cap, the shadow manager, and the Amygdala Story, you are transforming your evening from a source of dread into a predictable ritual of connection and calm. This is the second video in our series, the Co-Regulator, Behavioral and Routine Hacks. And if you are ready to reclaim your evenings and build sustainable cooperation, subscribe to this new playlist and stay tuned for the next video on ending homework and technology battles.